Hello, my name is Dejanay Barrett. I am in my bachelor's program at Palm Beach State College. This assignment is for my acquisitions class, and today we will be discussing what are the barriers to integration, how can we overcome them. Today's agenda is the introduction, barriers to integration, strategies to overcome barriers, being flexible to unplanned events, discussion and perspectives, and of course, my conclusion. Barriers to integration and how to overcome them. Barriers to integration consist of number one, miscommunication. Miscommunication among team members and stakeholders can result in misunderstandings and lack of clarity. That is something that you do not want to be in when running a business. If you're in that territory where the communication is not aligned and there is miscommunication, that can create that barrier. Okay. And for number two, unable to adapt. If the team members are unable to adapt and they resist new approaches or changes in the established processes or procedures, that can hinder the growth of the company and in return create that barrier for that integration. All right. And for number three, siloed work environments, departments or team members operating independently. If they're and if they're doing that independently, it may create a lack of ability to collaborate with other team members. And for number four, inadequate resources. If there is insufficient time, funding, or tools, these can hinder the success of the integration. And for number five, lack of clear goals. That does create ambiguity. That is something that you do not want to do in a project or business because it does hinder the project's objectives and it can create difficulty in aligning the business efforts. And for number six, cultural differences. Differences in organizational or team cultures can impede in the collaboration of the team in a whole. That is something that you want to make sure you implement something to create inclusivity, which brings me to our next slide. Overcoming barriers to integration, and we're going to go ahead and discuss those strategies, okay? Overcoming barriers to integration. For number one, enable open communication. You want to establish regular check-ins, updates, and feedback loops to ensure transparency. That way, it does negate any barrier that is to come. So, for example, you can create a Teams group where there is an open line of communication. That is something that you would definitely want to implement to assist in enabling open communication. All right, so for number two, implement change management. You want to address resistance by highlighting the benefits of integration and providing necessary training material. If you create training material for internal or external stakeholders, this allows for them to have a bird's eye view of what is to come, and it kind of creates that ease and it can assist with any resistance or reservations that individual may have. So that brings me to number three, encourage collaboration. You want to break down those silos by nurturing cross-functional teams as well as the shared objectives. So you just want to create a space for encouragement and collaboration, okay? And for number four, create alignment. Develop a clear vision and align project components with strategic objectives. And for number five, you want to ensure resources are available. All right, so once you do that, you want to allocate sufficient resources and support to meet the integration demands. And for number six, you want to cultivate inclusivity. Recognize and bridge those gaps. You want to bridge those gaps, okay? If there is an opportunity to create a space to align things, you want to make sure those things are cohesive so the dynamic can run smoothly. All right, next slide. Adaptability and resiliency, PMOK, section 3.11. All right, adaptability and resiliency, PMOK section 3.11. Adaptability and resiliency are essential for responding effectively to unplanned events or changes. This section emphasizes the importance of flexibility. Teams should remain open to alternative approaches. Continuous learning, lessons from past projects should inform future decisions. So for an example, if there was a lesson learned in the past, you want to document it for future reference so that the team member or team members are able to establish what that lesson learned was, and they can also implement the best decisions when managing that situation. Proactive planning, risk management strategy should anticipate potential disruptions. Empowerment. Team members should feel empowered to adapt to those strategies when needed. Next slide. Adapting to unplanned events. When unplanned events occur, adapting to new requirements or changes can create competitive advantage. By number 1, enhancing customer satisfaction. Quickly addressing evolving needs demonstrates responsive and builds the customer's trust or internal or external team's trust, okay? So you want to implement enhancing customer satisfaction. And I say each stakeholder in a sense because even the employee has to be able to quickly address those concerns for the customer, and that creates the ease for them to do their job, and it just allows for cohesiveness. All right, so for number 2, improving efficiency, agile responses can minimize delays and resource waste. So you don't want to waste your resources. You want to improve efficiency. Create an article of some sort if you can, so that the team can visibly see what needs to be done. And that way your customers also in return, they're being handled and managed well. They are being supported well as well. So that does improve efficiency across the board. And for number 3, you want to enable innovation. Challenges often inspire creative problem solving, leading to improved processes or products. And for number 4, you want to strengthen the resilience. So successfully navigate disruptions, build confidence, and prepare teams for future challenges. Okay? So those are the best way to adapt to unplanned events, in my opinion, and based on resources from the PMOK and also my class book. Let me go ahead and give you the name of that. Purchasing and Supply Chain Management, and that is edition number 7. I did move my head out the slide just for a second. I just wanted to also provide the resources as well. And also from work experience, I definitely think they all collectively have helped me do this assignment, and it helps me do my job. And yeah. So let me go ahead and share my thoughts. My perspective, I believe adaptability and resiliency are critical not just for managing projects, but for achieving long-term success. Unplanned events can be seen as opportunities to be innovative and deliver great value. By fostering a culture of openness, learning, and proactive communication, organizations can turn challenges into strengths. Integration, when executed well, supports this by ensuring alignment. Okay, so that is my conclusion. And if you want to follow me on YouTube, you can, or add me on YouTube, as well as follow me on LinkedIn. I'll go ahead and add that to the description below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day. Bye.